morning, students. How are you? I hope you all are fine and safe at your home. So, student, in today's video, we'll begin with chapter 4. We have already completed chapter 1st, which is resource and development. Chapter 2nd is deleted from your syllabus, and from chapter 3rd only map activity will be there. So we will do map activity at the end. So today we'll begin with chapter 4, agriculture. And I hope you all know what is agriculture. We know that agriculture is the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crop and raising livestock. Agriculture provides most of the world food and fibers. And we also know that two-thirds of India's population is engaged in agricultural activity. And that is why agriculture is very important. We can say that agriculture is a primary activity because agriculture produces most of the raw material for various industry. So, in this chapter, we will study the various types of farming, cropping pattern and major crop grown in India. I hope you all are ready. Okay, let's get started. First is types of farming. We all know that cultivation methods depend upon characteristics of physical environment. Physical environment like water, soil. Alright. So agriculture or farming is depend on physical characteristics, or you can say on technology like modern seed or modern irrigation facility. So we can say that farming is depend on physical environment as well as technical and socio-cultural practices. And farming varies from subsistence to commercial type. In different part of India, different types of farming system are practiced. But at present, basically, 3 types of farming were there. First is primitive subsistence farming. Second is intensive subsistence farming. And third is commercial farming. So let's understand what is primitive subsistence farming. Primitive subsistence farming. Student, another name for primitive subsistence farming is slash and burn agriculture. Why it is called slash and burn? Because farmer clears a patch of land and produce cereals and other food crops. And when the soil fertility decrease, the farmer shift and clear a fresh patch of land for cultivation. And it is known by different names in different parts of a country. It is also known as jamming in northeastern states. And what are the features of this type of farming? First is land productivity is low. Why land productivity is low? Because they use limited area, very small patch of land. That is why productivity, अगर छोटी लेंगे land तो production भी कमी होगा. So first is land productivity is low in primitive subsistence farming. Second is this types of farming depends on monsoon. Why? In this type of farming, farmer depend on monsoon because they don't use any modern irrigation facility. They were totally depend on rainfall. Third is the farming is practiced in few parts of India and they use primitive tools. Primitive मतलब पुराने जमाने के, not advanced. They don't use advanced technology. पुराने time के जो tools होते थे like hoe, dao and digging sticks, तो they use the primitive tools in this type of agriculture. तो obviously जब हाई वैराइटीज ऑफ फील्ड सीड्स यूज़ नहीं करेंगे, इरिगेशन फैसिलिटी भी यूज़ नहीं करेंगे, स्मॉल पैच एरिया पे यूज़ करेंगे तो प्रोडक्शन जो होगा वो ऑटोमेटिकली कम होगा. और देयर इज़ वन मोर फीचर ऑफ परमिटिव सब्सिस्टेंस फार्मिंग दैट प्रोडक्शन इज़ नॉट फॉर सेल. इन दिस द प्रोडक्शन इज़ ओनली फॉर द कंजम्पशन ऑफ द फैमिली. जो फैमिली होती है उनके कंजम्पशन के लिए ही प्रोड्यूस किया जाता है. All right. So this is primitive subsistence farming and it is known by different name in different places. This is the chart. this is the chart. You can read the name, you can pause the video and write the name, because it can be asked in exam कि in Manipur what this this slash and burn cultivation known. So you have to write the name. Like in northeast state what it is called, so you have to write that it is called jamming. So different name is there, so you have to remember all these names. So please pause the video and write all the names which is from which it is called. All right. Now, intensive subsistence farming. Now, what is intensive subsistence farming? This type of farming is practiced in area of high population, so pressure on land. It is labor intensive farming where high doses of biochemical input and irrigation are used for higher production. Land भी ज़्यादा है, लैंड ले रहे हैं ये लोग लार्ज, और हाई वैराइटीज ऑफ सीड भी यूज़ कर रहे हैं, इरिगेशन फैसिलिटी भी यूज़ कर रहे हैं. दैट मीन्स दे आर नॉट ओनली डिपेंडेंट ऑन रेनफॉल बट दे आर यूजिंग इरिगेशन फैसिलिटीज ऑल्सो. तो जो प्रोडक्शन होगा दैट इज ऑल्सो हायर, बिकॉज वो प्रोडक्शन ही प्रॉफिट के लिए कर रहे हैं. दैट इज वाई प्रोडक्शन इज ऑल्सो हायर. But there is one disadvantage of intensive subsistence farming, that right of inheritance. पता है ना right of inheritance क्या होता है? जैसे हमारे पापा की ज़मीन है वो हमको मिलेगी बाद में, हमारी जो ज़मीन है वो हम आगे आने वालों को बच्चों को मिलेगी. तो दिस इज़ राइट टू इनहेरिटेंस. इससे क्या होता है? डिवीजन ऑफ लैंड हो जाता है. जो लैंड होता है वो उसका डिवीजन होते होते जो लैंड है वो कम होती जाती है. So this is the disadvantage, that the size is uneconomical. The farmer continue to take maximum output from the limited land. लैंड तो कम होती जाती है पर प्रोडक्शन उनको उतना ही चाहिए, और उसकी वजह से क्या होता है वो उसमें ज़्यादा सीड फर्टिलाइजर्स पेस्टिसाइड्स यूज़ करते हैं. उसकी वजह से क्या होता है? सॉइल की फर्टिलिटी है वो क्या होती है? रिड्यूस हो जाती है, और उसका क्या इफेक्ट होता है? प्रोडक्शन जो है वो कम हो जाता है. एंड दिस विल पुट प्रेशर ऑन एग्रीकल्चरल लैंड. So this is intensive subsistence farming. I hope student you will be able to write the difference between both this. So please try to write difference also, at least 3 to 4 difference you can write in your notebook. Now commercial farming. This type of farming use higher doses of modern input such as high yielding variety seed, HYV. पता है ना हाई यील्डिंग वैरायटी सीड्स कौन से होते हैं? एक तो होते हैं नॉर्मल सीड्स. जो नॉर्मल सीड्स होते हैं उसमें क्या होता है कि कुछ सीड में से तो बहुत अच्छा फ्रूट निकलता है, कुछ में से कम निकलता है, बराबर नहीं निकलता. लेकिन जो हाई यील्डिंग वैरायटी सीड्स होते हैं उसमें से सब में से बराबर निकलते हैं. तो उससे क्या होता है? जो प्रोडक्शन होता है वो ज़्यादा होता है. सो इन कमर्शियल फार्मिंग हाई डोसेज ऑफ मॉडर्न इनपुट लाइक high yielding variety seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides and pesticides are used. And why they use? In order to obtain higher productivity. And one more reason, because this type of farming is basically to earn profit. Commercial नाम से पता चल रहा है commercial, that means they want to earn profit, and that is why it is grown, and that is why large amount of chemical fertilizer, insecticide, pesticides to obtain higher productivity. And what kinds of crops which are grown like in commercial farming? Like you can say rice is commercial crop on Punjab and Haryana, but in Odisha it is subsistence crop because they consume. That is why it is subsistence crop. Now one more type, that is plantation. Plantation type. What is plantation farming? Plantation is also a type of commercial farming, and this type of farming is used in which a single crop is grown on large area. पूरे large area पे एक ही crop grown की जाती है. This is known as plantation agriculture. Like you can see the example like tea in Assam, coffee, rubber, sugarcane, banana, bamboos. So all these are plantation. All these are example of plantation farming, and they can be done in limited area. जिसमें पूरे एरिया में ही एक जैसी क्रॉप ही ग्रोन की जाती है. सो दिस इज प्लांटेशन फार्मिंग. नाउ मेजर क्रॉपिंग पैटर्न. तो सबको पता है इन इंडिया देयर हैज 3 क्रॉपिंग सीजन, एंड व्हाट वर दे वर रबी, खरीफ एंड ज़ैद. रबी क्रॉप्स. रबी क्रॉप्स कौन सी होती है? A variety Rabi crop is sown in winter from October to December and harvest in summer from April to June. मतलब सर्दियों का जो टाइम होता है विंटर टाइम, एट दैट टाइम रबी क्रॉप इज सोन, उस टाइम उगाई जाती है. और हार्वेस्ट किस टाइम की जाती है? अप्रैल टू जून. कौन सी होती है इंपॉर्टेंट रबी क्रॉप्स? इंपॉर्टेंट रबी क्रॉप्स आर wheat, barley, peas, gram and mustard. Can you name the states like such as Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Uttarakhand? These are the place where Rabi crops are grown. And what is the main reason behind Rabi crops? Availability of precipitation during winter month due to western temperate cyclone, and this help in the success of these crops. That means Rabi crops required this type of temperature, and which is available in when we sown the crop in winter season. All right. Now second is Kharif crop. खरीफ क्रॉप बिल्कुल ऑपोजिट मान लो आप रबी का. सोन कब की जाती है? सोन ऑन द ऑनसेट ऑफ मानसून इन डिफरेंट पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री एंड हार्वेस्ट इन सितंबर और अक्टूबर. रबी क्रॉप को हमने अक्टूबर में सोन किया था और इसको हमने खरीफ क्रॉप को हमने हार्वेस्ट कर लिया है अक्टूबर में. तो दिस इज द डिफरेंस. तो इस तरह से हम इसको लर्न कर सकते हैं कि व्हेन इट इज सोन एंड व्हेन इट इज हार्वेस्टेड. अब इंपॉर्टेंट क्रॉप्स कौन सी है? इंपॉर्टेंट खरीफ क्रॉप्स आर पैडी, मेज, ज्वार, बाजरा, तुहर, मूंग, उड़द, कॉटन, जूट, ग्राउंडनट एंड सोयाबीन. सो ऑल दीज आर खरीफ क्रॉप्स. एंड सम ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट राइस ग्रोइंग रीजन आर Assam, West Bengal, coastal region of Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Maharashtra. So these are the places where these crops are grown. Basically these are grown everywhere, but they are most famous for Kharif crops. These places are famous for Kharif crops. Now Zaid crop. This is a cropping season between summer and winter, you can say. It is a short season between Rabi and Kharif season and during the summer month. And crop produce are watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber, vegetables and fodder crops. Fodder मतलब जो animals के लिए जो crop grown होती है ना, जो animals खाते हैं, they are fodder crops. All right. So Zaid crops produce like watermelon. In Zaid crops we can produce watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber, vegetable and fodder crops. Now these are the major crops which are grown in India. You can say rice, wheat, millet, maize, pulses, sugarcane, oilseed, tea, coffee, horticulture crops, rubber, fiber crops, cotton, jute, etc. So these are the major crops which are grown in India, and we will discuss individually each crop in next video. All right. So with this we come to an end of today's video, and I hope you have understand. And student, it is my request, please read it very carefully, because you must know the duration, you must know the time when it is, which crop is Kharif crop, which is Rabi crop. This can become in map activity also, so you must be very vigilant while viewing this video. So I hope you have understand, and you can make notes from this also, or if you want to I will send you the notes also. So with this we come to an end of this video. We'll continue the next part in next video. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. God bless you. Bye bye.